So we're going to borescope 4 different 22 LR rifles today. Brand new guns. We're not just checking out unshot barrels. We got a Christensen carbon fiber. This is really, really nice. This one I expect should look really, really good. But that'd be kind of boring. We know that should look good. So what we're also going to do before that one of the least expensive Ruger 1022s off the shelf. A really nice carbon fiber 1022 from Ruger. I am not sure who makes these barrels. They look like they're proof research, but they're not marked. So if anybody knows, comment below. Tell me who makes these. I think they're proof. I don't think Ruger's making them in-house. And then we're also going to do one of the Springfield 2020 rimfires. These got a bad reputation. I have never borescoped one of these barrels. We took one and we did a couple videos on it. It shot really bad. We made a new barrel for it. I want to see what the bore looks like in this. We're going to go through the muzzle end because I'm not going to take this apart just to check it out. That's what you expect in a flash hider. See some threads. Crown. Nothing unusual. A little bit of dust and lint. What I'm looking to see is the rifling in really good shape? Does it have a lot of chatter? Is there anything noticeably poor quality? I'm not seeing anything that stands out. And it's not the greatest surface finish, but it's an inexpensive 22, so I don't expect a lot. I keep seeing rings, like there's a ring here going around. I don't know what causes that. I don't expect it would make a difference, but it's there. Some more rings. Let's see if we can get that one. That one's pretty deep. You can see it's like a gouge all the way around. Now that's interesting. I was not expecting that. Let's see if we see anything else weird. More light rings. Some more lint. Like I said, the surface finish doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. I've seen worse. There's another ring. This one isn't terrible, but it just looks kind of like discoloration. I doubt that would make a difference in its accuracy. Just a lot of rings. These all look superficial except for that one that had a deep gouge. Just a little bit of a ring. I wonder why this has rings every so often. We are almost near the chamber. Another really distinct ring. Just not a great surface finish. A little chip of metal missing. These are supposed to be test fired at the factory, so there should be some dirt as we get near the chamber. Some fouling. That's probably lead from the bullet that was shot through it. Interesting, I only see it on one of the grooves. that? That's just some lint. And here's our chamber. Looks about what we'd expect. Not terrible. No major tool marks. Little bits of copper and brass. Is that tool marks there maybe? Very little free bore, but it's a 22, so I don't expect to see much. Now what I'm wondering is that metal or is that carbon? As you can see, the edges is definitely metal missing on the rifling, on that leading edge. They all have it. Makes you think it was the chamber reamer getting dull and taking chunks off. I mean, they do mass produce these things. So, nothing spectacular. Now, when you spend more, you get a nice carbon fiber barrel, Magpul chassis. These are awesome, awesome guns. I'm curious. I imagine this is going to look a whole lot better. And right off the bat, nice stainless, nice finish, nice and bright, smooth. You can tell it was lapped. I don't see any tool marks at all. This is a really nice barrel. I expect it to have a little bit of debris in there because it has been shot at the factory. There's nothing to see in here, just clean, nice rifling. And these are not that expensive. These are like 500 bucks for a really, really nice rifle. The surface finish here isn't as good. Maybe they lapped it more at the muzzle end. Could also be a little bit of powder and whatnot from shooting it. See anything in this barrel that is not good. I think that's unburnt powder. No rings like that other barrel. Yeah, I think that's unburnt powder because as we get closer and closer to the chamber, there's just more of it. We're almost near the chamber already, and there's been nothing. Yeah. Oh, she's definitely dirty from being shot. I think this one's been shot more than the other one. Tiny little scratch marks from the case being loaded, as to be expected. How does our rifling look where it starts to engage? Now this does not have chips missing on the edges, but that leading edge is smushed. Every single one, the leading edge is smushed. The front edge of this free bore's got a little bit of something there. But overall, this is a lot nicer than that inexpensive Ruger. Now for one of the ones I think people want to see. Springfield 2020 rimfire. These are notorious for having accuracy issues. Springfield guarantees 1 inch at 50 yards, and we have yet to see one that would do that. That's interesting. Right at the crown, the coating, the phosphate or whatever they're using, because this is a stainless barrel. But wow, look at the chatter marks. That's bad. What are we? We're 2 inches in and it's bad. That's really bad. Just chatter mark after chatter mark. They definitely did not lap these. They didn't put any effort whatsoever into cleaning these up. At least nothing I can see. Funky discoloration. Probably just from being dirty, from being test fired. Pretty much all more of the same. Just tons and tons of tool marks. Tool marks on top of tool marks. Also interesting, there's not a whole lot of rifling. The rifling is not very deep. At least it doesn't appear to be. You look on the side there and see it does not look like it's very deep. I'd have to put a pin gauge in it to mic it. More discoloration, just probably from carbon. But yeah, chatter marks the whole length. What is that? Something I just saw. We're at 8 inches. I'm gonna see if that, that came loose, that's why. Let's get back to 8 inches again. Thought I saw something in there. Thought I saw some deep gouges on the edge of the rifling. Maybe not. Maybe that was just my eye. That's just nastiness. I can't imagine what kind of ammo they're shooting in Turkey with these. About 2 inches away from the chamber. A lot of tool marks and filth. I don't know what they're using to rifle these, but it does not look very good. Gotta be getting close to the chamber now. Oh, that's right, these are longer barrels. These are 18s. And then all of a sudden it got clean. This doesn't look as bad. Why does the beginning of the bore look good or better? There's our chamber. They tried to polish it a little bit. It looks normal. It's not that dirty. I think they cleaned this thing after they test fired it, at least the beginning. because this isn't that filthy. The free bore is definitely funky. It's like it's stepped. There's a giant ring. And then if you look at how the rifling here engages, the bottom rifling has a ramp to it, and the one above it looks like it's got a sharp angle, as opposed to a ramp. So that was not, and then this even has more of a ramp, more lead. And then like nothing, wow. It's almost like the chamber's cut crooked. You can see how those go across. No uniformity whatsoever. This one, there's almost no lead angle to the rifling, and then this one has angle, and this one is sharp angle, and this one's long. I don't know what it is about these guns that makes them not shoot, but there's a lot of telltale signs of things that would make you be inclined to think it won't perform well. Now let's take a look at the Christensen. Let's see what $1,100 gets you in a 22. Start right at the ground. That is nice and clean and uniform. I expect this barrel to be dirty because it is test fired at the factory. It looks pretty smooth. You can tell they definitely lapped it. I don't see any machining marks. No chatter. I will say that the carbon barrel in the Ruger was a little shinier, but they may have test fired this one more. We don't know. I don't see any chatter. A little bit of schmutz. Some lint. Maybe unburned powder. Some lead. Actually, one reason this should be dirtier too is if they're using really good ammo, really good 22 ammo is not copper jacketed. Really good ammo is all going to have lead, no copper, and it's going to have lubricant on it. Like the Ely stuff, the Lapua Midas that I've been shooting lately. It's going to leave a less shiny finish inside the barrel. So I'm inclined to think that Christensen probably used really good ammo while they were test firing this too. Hence why the bore looks a little duller. But we don't see any chatter, no machine marks. If we clean this barrel, I bet it would be nice and bright and polished. We're 10 inches in. I think this is a 20-inch barrel. Nothing to write home at all about. Oh, piece of lint. And here's our chamber. And that looks nice. That is a nice, clean, polished chamber. You can see some lubricant from the ammo. Let's see, we've got a little bit of free bore. And let's see what the edges of our rifling looks like. What do you know? It's all uniform. Although we got some fouling right there. But all the rifling looks uniform. No edges chipped, no chunks missing, no smushed edges. That looks nice.